Welcome back, everyone. I haven't been filming this past week. I only filmed one day. I got some behind the scenes of the podcast filming, but last week was a little bit stressful. I've been getting a little bit stressful. I know the last video you guys watch is how I handle stress, and I just had a lot to do, get done. My mind was kind of everywhere. So a whole bunch of stuff is coming up. My daughter's birthday, so it's gonna be a jam-packed month. I feel like this first half of the year is just gonna be crazy. So we're gonna try to get as much done today. I'm gonna film some time lapses of myself editing. I gotta make some reels. I haven't made any reels lately on Instagram. My goal has been to do at least one a day, but I also want to do quality reels. I don't want to just put out anything just to put out. So I'm gonna try to make one here real quick, and the goal for today to feel very successful is to build out the music in the A roll and have the storyline done today for this film. And tomorrow I can just focus only on the B roll and get all that stuff done. So I'm going to start working on that. I'll put you guys on the time lapse. This month has been an interesting month. Like, the new year started off really strong, really great, and then I've kind of falling off the last 2 weeks. Like, I've been feeling just not great. What can you do, right? Like, I can't complain, honestly. I have really great couples and really great films and really great footage to work with, so I'm excited about that. It's just like, all right, you're still a business, you still got to sell. And the cool part is about doing these partnerships and doing these other things where it's like it's generating leads and it's working. I'm not even putting much content now. I kind of stopped just because time wise, and all right, gotta get things going in terms of getting films done. But yeah, it's a learning lesson. I'm just learning. I'm venting at this point now, but at least I'm letting it out and I'm blogging. Again, don't know if this will ever make YouTube, but regardless, it'll be a diary for me to look at and see what I achieve. All right. Yo, I am sore. I ran. Oh, hold on. I can't even speak, dog. I am so sore. I went running today, the whole lake. We did not stop. We went nonstop. Christian still owes me his stats. He's supposed to be running today, so we'll see. But I ran and I had like a 18 second mile pace, which is nowhere near I used to be. But I haven't ran the full lake in like several years, probably like 3 or 4 years. So the fact that I was able to get it done, not stop, not quit, is very rewarding. And I got it under 30 minutes. Barely, but I got it under 30 minutes. So I just gotta, and I did legs yesterday too. So I'm so sore and tired. Like, I love working for myself, but I also miss like friends, spending time with people. And it's just like the people I do care about and want to spend time with, they don't live nowhere near me. And when you have kids and you got a wife and you have all these things, it becomes really tough. But at least my wife and I are going on a date tonight, which I'm excited because we're finally going to have some quality time together without the kids. And so that's going to be really nice and really exciting. I just got to say, like, I don't know how content creators, like, you got a full-time job, you got a family, you got all of this. Like, man, how are you guys creating a whole bunch of content? Like, share the secret for me, because I'm like, man, like, if you're posting every other day, like twice a week, I'm like, dude, that's pretty tough, especially if you have a full-time job and you're in the creative field as well. Obviously, I know you're probably paying someone else to do the other job so that you can do the other thing. What Well, I'm not in that position, but that means I just gotta do it. Gotta work harder. I ain't gonna lie, like this is quite funny. I don't know why, but when I put myself in pain, which is like running or exercising, I become very happy, and it feels really good because it's the one thing that I can control, right? My action, like finishing, pushing through the pain, through, even though you don't want to do it, but it feels good when you do get it done. And it's like I can at least tip my hat to myself to that, like, okay, I did it. And a lot of us just puts a lot of barriers in ourselves. And I always talk about barriers because I feel like there's so many barriers. And since I'm always by myself, it's like I'm my biggest barrier. My mind is my biggest barrier. And it's just tough at times. February 3rd, it's Monday. And let's just say January was absolutely incredible. I did complain a little bit because it did get pretty crazy there towards the end of January. But it's the start of February. Yesterday I got a DM asking me like, hey, would you be willing to go to Italy? I'm like, of course, like for a wedding. And I think I may have the possibility of going back to Italy this year. I'm really excited about that. Dude, like the last time I had a wedding in Italy was in 2023. And I just got the inquiry officially from the couple, and I'm really hoping it works out. But I'm pumped right now. I'm excited for this week, this month, see the opportunities that are coming in. Ashley and I were able to book 4 weddings last month together, and I'm hoping we get more. So it's really nice. We're gonna work on another wedding film today. We're gonna send a DM to the couple, letting her know that we're gonna start on the next film, on her film, and that I never say when it's gonna be done, but my goal is to finish it this week. I also finished watching YC Onion's video. He made a vlog, and I loved his vlog style because he was talking more about the content creation side of things, and just showing what he does on a day-to-day, not on a day-to-day, but like on a weekly basis, and just talk about stuff. And it was an hour long, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed just watching that type of content rather than all these product videos and all this stuff. And even though I'm going to be making that, and that's where I'm like shifting and figuring out like what works. And so this week I'm probably going to record talking about gear, wedding gear for the Sundial Creators YouTube channel, and seeing what works and what resonates with people. Because honestly, and it's very unfortunate, like this type of content right here doesn't get looked at a lot in the filmmaking community, but I love that YC Onion being a bigger YouTuber, been doing this for a while, and he's starting this type of content. And I like that much more. Feels raw, feels way more authentic. And it's just like, again, real, right? Like not everything is perfect perfection and polishing, right? And showing the behind the scenes or the frustrations of that process is something that I like and I can relate to. And something else I want to get better at as well, you know what, let me go ahead and put this on here, is that I want to get better with making these videos more dynamic, showing as many angles, different type of angles, and that way it keeps it interesting. That's one thing I really took away from his videos, especially when he was making his polished ones. He was constantly moving the tripod and to get much more dynamic shots. And I kind of like that. And I want to do that more often too as well. And so if you're noticing that now, there you go. We're going to try and do it with this with the Osmo, because the Osmo, I can really put it into some other like really cool unique spots that otherwise I wouldn't be able to. All right guys, so today is Tuesday, February 4th. The package I really wanted to arrive yesterday unfortunately got delayed, and who knows when it's coming. So hopefully Amazon didn't lose my package, but yeah. So today we are going to be editing. We're going to go to a Starbucks here in Lakeland, and gonna meet up with a friend. That way we can edit together. Christian, you've seen him, and so my goal is to knock out the A roll and possibly start on the B roll for this upcoming film. I went to bed super early yesterday. I put my daughter to bed, and I also went to sleep myself. My wife had to wake me up from her bed, but honestly, it feels so good when you're well rested. It truly makes a dramatic difference when you're well rested compared to when you're not. Like yesterday, that Sunday to Monday, I've been having trouble falling asleep, couldn't fall asleep. Yesterday I just listened to my body. Look, I need to go to bed early. I'm gonna force myself no matter what. And I'm grateful that I did, because I feel really, really good today. Really energized and pumped to be able to start editing today. It's kind of crazy when you like drive by the area you grew up on, and like I no longer live on this side of town. I live on the complete opposite side, and I don't really drive on this side in this direction very often. When I visit my parents, I go, it's like a back way, and like the main highway that takes you all the way up to this side of town, I don't take it very often just because there's always a lot of traffic. But today I decided to go on it. I'm like, man, it brings up so many memories, because I used to, like, you know, I ride my bike going down this area. I go play basketball at the courts. I'd go just do a lot of fun stuff, honestly, and it brings back a lot of nostalgia in a sense. So, you know, I do miss it. I do miss it at times.
And try new things in order for you to make your filmmaking a little bit more, well, you, and putting your own stamp on it. Now, that's not to say that 50mm lenses are bad. They're just the first thing you're probably going to use while getting a prime lens. And what ends up happening eventually is that the lens that you might have used in 2018 might not be the same lens and focal length you're going to use in 2025.
So I'm here at the Starbucks. One thing I've been wanting to do for quite some time was create like an editing guide just to help beginning wedding filmmakers edit, and it's a resource that I want to use for the 2717 podcast and for Sundial. And what's helped me really edit much more efficiently and not to get so like frustrated when editing. And one of the differences I learned, like from being a videographer to really becoming a filmmaker, and the filmmaking aspect is being intentional storytelling. And videographer is just capturing, right? It's just documenting. It doesn't mean you're telling a story. It's just you're just capturing what's actually happening. And as a filmmaker, my films, I want it to be very story driven. I want it to feel emotion. I want it to take you on a journey. And sometimes you may be wondering, well, how you're able to do that at a wedding day, and how you're able to do all these things. And so it all comes about your mindset and your approach. And then once you identify who you are and what you want to create and how you want to be as a filmmaker, now you can start building your business and shaping it in a way that you can attract people that value those things, right? Your branding, your marketing, and then ultimately the type of product you're creating. The traction, did they find it all yet or no?
Yeah, it's you know, it's like he tried disassembling it. Like,
oh, dang, for parting it out.
Yeah.
Well, let's hopefully he can. I'm sure he has gaps to cover the other payment and see how much he can get out of the car.
I mean, I think it was your watch.
Here, you can.
But let me send a picture because JP, the guy talking to,
Yeah.
I just got him to watches. He just got Longines.
Oh, really?
I just told him because I was trying to help him out and find because he's trying to get in the watch world. So I was trying to get him to get a Cartier, but they're a little expensive because he loves the Santos as well.
Yeah.
Go and check some stuff out, and then you just gotta tell me not to buy anything, and I won't.
There you go.
I probably won't because you're probably gonna be pretty pricey over there.
From today and about 25 years in the field of social work.
Wow. And so specifically, we're talking about single moms and kind of the struggles that they're facing.
Should we add that part?
And how we kind of see this as a growing.
Yeah.
That's really the perspective I'm coming from today and about 25 years in the field of social work.
Wow, that's so good. That's definitely where we saw Jesus, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right.
He was with the outcasts and crazy, and so he was focusing on the people that some others just wouldn't focus on.
Yeah.
And that's where Jesus gives us a great example. That's amazing.
To things. So it's really going to be a lot of small gestures, but those gestures add up to convey you're welcome and we see you and we value you. And I think from that, people will feel comfortable to say, really need help with diapers this week, or I need somebody to take my son out and just spend some time with him. He needs a male figure to be hanging out with him.
What's up, everyone? Today is Thursday, February, I think 6th. Tomorrow's the 7th. And we got off our call. We had a call, an inquiry for Italy. And I think it's going to work out. I think it is. I should know, hopefully, a decision by next month. And it's two things. There's almost a guarantee that I'm going to go, but it's whether or not the couple want to invest into a second videographer to come along with me. But regardless, I'm really excited because I think it's going to work out perfectly. Beautiful, gorgeous couple, beautiful venue location. And I'm excited. I'll be able to go to a different part of Italy. I went to Italy 2 years ago, or less than 2 years, technically like a year and 8 months or whatnot. But I went to the Amalfi Coast that time, and I was able to bring someone else with me, and that was a blast. Absolutely stunning country. Love the food, love the people, and I'm excited to hopefully have the opportunity to go back again this year, because it would be absolutely epic. And relationships matter in this industry, and I got this opportunity from a photographer who I worked with like well over 2 years ago. And so I just find it to be like full circle type of moment where you don't know when you leave an impact on somebody and they remember you and they follow you from afar. And when the opportunity came, it's like, hey, they reached out to me. So I'm really excited. Hopefully it works out and be able to do this wedding. Checking in. It's still Thursday, still editing, putting all the B-roll. I am about 75% done with the film. It's been coming easier supernaturally. This is why I like systems and having processes is huge, because it'll make your life so much easier when it comes to editing. So I do all the upfront work. That way when I start the film, I just focus on the film and nothing else. And it makes my life so much easier when it comes to editing this part. Trailers are the hardest thing to edit, believe it or not, because they're a minute in length, but I have to go through everything, pick out the pieces, pick out the parts that I like, and find a narrative and create that excitement for it. So, yeah, trailers are the ones that stress me out. Next week I got 2 back-to-backs, but any wedding day, Fridays, I like to not have to do anything in terms of like editing. I'll do admin stuff, and then I would just pack all my gear up, check everything, triple check everything, make sure everything's good. Because a lot of stuff I'm speaking to the same stuff, but like this is good for us in the podcast. It's almost like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Because the sundial stuff I want to talk to, I'll just address it more to videographers than it would to photographers. But yeah, all right, let's keep it going. Take rest days and personal time. Running yourself into the ground leads to burnout, creative blocks, and lack of passion. Schedule intentional rest days. Treat them like non-negotiable meetings. Boom, like that. Use time away to recharge. You read, travel, spend time with family, develop hobbies outside of work. Creativity thrives when you have a diverse experiences. I agree. If you're just tuning in, today is my daughter's birthday party, and that means Daddy got to grill, got to work, got to do a bunch of stuff. Kids are out with me, so you probably easily heard them. But it's gonna be a fun day, so we're recording this because this is part of the vlog, part of the memories, right? So let me get back to work. I've also come to a realization with which this is also very common sense, but now that I'm in my 30s, I can really feel it. Is if I don't have a good night's rest or sleep, I can't just push on like I used to. It's kind of crazy. I'm feeling old now. And so now that I acknowledge that I'm no longer, I guess, in my youth and prime, I'm still young, obviously. But when I'm talking about like how I was like as a teenager in early 20s, even mid 20s, now I can't do. Where that means I need to focus on sleeping well, stay hydrated, eat well. I'm like, man, so I am really going to put emphasis on cutting down on time on phone time, making sure I get my mind right before I go into anything.